Oh, Dream Drop Distance. Also known as Psych Bitch, this ain't KH3, it's 3D. But really, this game's pretty divisive in the fact that it launched the series' story from nonsensical to complete fucking batshit, and the gameplay, while fun, in a way worsens the problems found in Birth by Sleep's gameplay. Though since there technically aren't any legitimately new characters minus world-specific ones this time around, let's just carry on. Spoilers beware! Right after Recoded, Sora and Riku are sent by Yensid into the Sleeping Realms for their Mark of Mastery exam. You see, these worlds haven't completely returned from the darkness yet. Instead, they're trapped in a dreamlike limbo in which Sora and Riku must find their keyholes to return them to the realm of light. And in these realms aren't heartless, but rather new creatures called Dream Eaters, both benevolent spirits and malicious nightmares. But really, let's just call them what they are, knockoff Pokemon. Once they head into the Sleeping Realms, Sora and Riku, though they visit the same worlds, are divided into separate storylines and continuously encounter a young Xehanort, along with Xemnas and Ansem Seeker of Darkness. Meanwhile, Maleficent and Pete try to get the data of the worlds from Mickey, only for a newly restored Lee to come to their rescue.
Got it memorized?
Sora and Riku finish their mission, but wind up in the world that never was. Turns out Xehanort has planned this all from the very beginning using time travel. Yep. You see, in this universe, you can only go back in time to where a past version of you can be found, and once you time travel, you cannot alter fated events, and you must give up your physical body, hence why the Xehanort on Destiny Islands was an evil potato sack leading a cult. Mark my words, it was there. From there, Xehanort planned to turn Riku into one of his vessels not just to get his strength back, but to form the Keyblade. You see, the Keyblade was actually split into 20 pieces, 7 of light and 13 of darkness. This is why Xehanort had Maleficent gather the 7 Princesses of Heart, and why Xemnas formed Organization 13, but now with both plans foiled, Xehanort is trying to form a new Organization 13 made of both versions of himself and his most loyal followers, including Braig and Aiza. The plan here is to make Sora into one of Xehanort's new vessels. From the very beginning, Sora and Riku have been put on a journey planned by Xehanort so that Sora would fall right into their hands. Riku, on the other hand, is now Sora's Dream Eater, a dream within a dream of sorts, or Dreamception, however the f you want to spin this shit. Riku, Mickey, and Co. come to the rescue and foil Xehanort's plan, but Sora is still unconscious. Riku dives into Sora's heart where he meets Roxas, Ventus, Xion, and Ansem the Wise, where it's revealed what makes Sora so important is his childlike nature and purity that ties into so many people. In other words, he's Sailor Moon. Once Sora is awakened, Riku is named a Keyblade Master, and Sora heads off to say goodbye to his Dream Eaters before embarking on a new journey to strengthen himself. And right at the very end, Kairi is brought to Yensid to learn how to wield the Keyblade. Why she didn't join this journey? No one fucking knows. The story is a fucking mess. This makes the rest of the Kingdom Hearts story look like a simple and clean sanctuary. Don't crucify me. There's not really a point in having Sora and Riku go through the exam since they've already saved the world twice now. Oh, I'm sorry, worlds plural. And while I like the concept of the sleeping worlds, I don't see a point in them visiting the same worlds aside from not having the 3DS explode. Why was this on a 3DS to begin with, though? My main gripe here is the time travel. Good lord, I hate time travel. Usually I only like time travel when it's self-aware and satirical, but here it's just infused with the usual Kingdom Hearts what the fuckery. It's not even explained how Xehanort time traveled. Is there a spell to do it? Does he have a machine? What is going on? But I will say, I do like the friendship between Sora and Riku, particularly in having Riku be the one to save the day and be rewarded for his redemption. He's come a long way, and this definitely cements him as one of my favorite characters of all time. Now, the gameplay. Where do you even start? Basically, you've got the command deck from Birth by Sleep, with the same problems I had before. Most commands are useless, basic attacks are too slow to rely on and can't be modified like KH2, and the balloon command seriously breaks the game, though I do use them because I am a monster. But rather than command styles, here you have Dream Eaters acting as your party. For Sora, you can perform powerful attacks similar to limits, while Riku is able to use them to change his attacks similar to command styles. I never use these. Ever. Same goes for reality shifts, which are special situational attacks that change for each world. Aside from the bits where they're mandatory to interact with the environment, get ahead, or finish off a boss, fuck these. The big change is flow motion, which allows you to jump off walls and fly over the damn place like a 5-year-old on a sugar high. As much as I love the freedom flow motion gives, and I like the combat it integrates in concept, it also breaks the game. Thing is, you can't upgrade flow motion abilities as the game goes on, so it never changes from start to finish. That, along with the fact that flow motion attacks like Shock Dive are the kill everything option, kinda kills it for me. Also, accidentally rolling into wild sucks. And I have a love-hate relationship with the worlds. Ignoring the fact that the stories are super watered-down versions of the movies as usual, that you go through twice, and the overall lack of Disney worlds coupled with treading through them a whole twice. They're super lifeless and linear. It's not as bad as in Birth by Sleep, as the environments are much larger with more to explore, but that doesn't change them from being just get from point A to point B with little variation. Again, this game's problem is both its poor balance and how easily the system can be broken. There's no real strategy involved like in KH1 and KH2, and that really saps the enjoyment of this title for me. And that's not even touching on easily the worst gameplay element of this game, the drop gauge. You see, it's not like Birth by Sleep where you select a character, go on their journey, then select another. Instead, you play as Sora and Riku back to back. You're set on a timer called the drop gauge, and when the gauge is empty, you're knocked right the fuck out and switch characters. You can refill the gauge with drop-me-nots and switch on the fly, but when you do, it's incredibly jarring. And when you drop during a boss fight, you have to start all the fuck over again, because fuck you. Just why? Why couldn't this have been like Birth by Sleep where you play a campaign for each character, then give Riku a final episode? Hell, that could even help incorporate Kairi into the mix, because Lord knows that girl needs to learn how to fight as well as some character development. Also, I never touch Flick Rush and never intend to. I've had my fill of that fucking chain of memory shit, okay? So all in all, Dream Drop Distance is meh. It's flashy, colorful, and bright, and kinda fun so long as you keep yourself blissfully ignorant of the problems festering in the corner. Just make yourself a cute little penguin, name him Pablo, and have a fun adventure till you reach the last few bosses, in which case you will shit yourself from the difficulty spike. And now for our traditional funny moment section to make up for the fact that time travel now exists in this franchise, good God, why?
You chat up a girl and then just say, sure, and walk off?
Ignoring the gay joke I can make here, you just walk around holding that weird-ass cat doll all the time. Girl, what wrong with you?
Whoa! Talking gargoyles?
Excuse us for having personality.
No, excuse you for ruining Hunchback of Notre Dame. Coincidence? Seriously, this is bullshit. Oh look, it's me! They even got the appearance right.
Wow! The sounds are all joining together to make even more powerful music!
Oh my god, they're playing Dearly Beloved, they complete each other, oh my god! Wait, no, I don't ship them, what are you talking about? You can prove nothing!
Sora! Huh? Hey, Donald! Come on, you're hogging it all!
Good to know that while I'm nearly dying, you're off having... tea parties? What? When did Sora drink tea?
Hey!
No context needed. Enjoy the review? Glad to hear it. Want to murder me to release your anger, then sacrifice me to the internet gods? Hit the dislike button. It's still interaction. I've got a Kingdom Hearts 0.2 review and retrospective set for next Friday, and if you're not into Ruby, be sure to check out my So You Want to Get Into Ruby video. I'm the Unicorn of War, and this has been a shit show.
I'm already half Xehanort.